I'm like looking for a restaurant maybe to get some lunch, and then I see this sign, just kind of hanging out. Bring me your skin.
Just one word.
Just one word.
And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest, the greatest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. Tonight, big show. Surprisingly, just shows up at Friday's like the, hey, all the shit's happening day, so we're going to try to walk you through some of that. I'm Vince Stone. That's Jordan Svang. Together with you, Shatrun
I'm
Dynamic.
hungry for eyeballs.
Joining us live, helping us form Cocaine Voltron. I always wonder about like pausing. Do you like when you're like listening to a podcast or like listening to a live stream, if there's just like too much dead air? I'm like, did the internet die?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's like, oh, you're waiting for the other person to finish speaking, and I'm bad at that because I talk over other people, and I try to improve at that, but it's a process.
Well, sometimes you got to balance that out. Like, do I need to talk, or are they being wrong on the internet? I don't know.
But yeah, it's also when do you interject? Because sometimes they'll just keep going. It's
there's something to like learning the actual like good exchange, the art of the conversation, because like way too many people, and it's been pointed out multiple times, is like people are not wanting to have a conversation. One, they're trying to win an argument on the internet, except they're in meat space actually talking. Two, they're just waiting on their turn to talk. Mm-hmm. And like, which can like, he's just like talking, running to a brick wall when you're trying to like, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's like talk. And like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and like for me, I'm genuinely like mostly engaging with this in conversation in good faith. So like when I interrupt people, it's not because I want to like cut you off and I don't care what you're saying. It's like I'm excited about like whatever the idea that you just put into my head or whatever, my rebuttal or whatever.
Yeah,
right? So
and like and enthusiastic, like rock and roll with it. It works, man. So I went to the gym this week, Jordan.
I'm proud of you.
I did.
What'd you do?
I made my left ear not work. Yeah. Still having trouble with that. I hung upside down on the hang upside down thing.
No? Was it just the bar, or you have the
no, it was table? One flips and you can put your ankles in, and I'm like, this is fun. I was killing some time. I was there to hang out with my friend, and like I guess I just hung upside down too long. Like for whatever reason, that afternoon, my like left ear got clogged. So I think I've unlodged something. Like if I can still hear fine, but it feels like, you know, if you ever get like a stuffed up ear.
Or do you have like the water in your ear feeling or something?
Kind of like that, yeah, like sinus drainage or something like that. I'm like, did I dislodge something? Like I'll give it a couple of days.
There's like fluid in your ear too, so maybe there's something to do with that. Like
I have no idea.
Your equilibrium.
It's not affecting me anyway, other than it's just annoying.
Mildly uncomfortable.
The worst type of injury. The mild inconvenience. And that was fun. Also, I gotta say, man, I'm not a fan of air-conditioned gyms.
Interesting.
Just doesn't, like, I've always been in, you know, just room temperature, get hot, get super sweaty, and all that. I don't know. You're still getting the same workout. So I guess it's more of a creature comfort type thing.
I usually have a fan running, but again, I'm like a sweaty Bo Betty.
Well, like a fan's great. I'm talking like this place was chilly. It was nice. It was nice. They had some expensive stuff in there. I'm like, I'm not messing with that. But something I'm really excited about, it'll be coming out Monday, is my adventures with Jellyfin. Learning some really cool stuff, man. I've never played around with media servers outside of like way back in the Plex days. And before that, Myth TV. So I got like a 10-year gap in my knowledge. And I went looking around. I was like, can I get this up and working in ARM? I got all these ARM machines laying around. And I'm like, maybe I can. I need something to compare it against. What about an N100? I had that N100 laying around. I actually got a couple of N100s now. I'm like, let's see where these fall. And I did. So that'll be coming out Monday for everybody. I want you to go check it out.
Did you do like a dedicated encode GPU because you have the Orion, or?
I use the Rockchip.
Okay.
Rockchip 3588. Using the encoder silicon in that against a N100 using QuickSync.
Yeah, because one of the things I was looking at the Orion, because I was interested for it, is to replace like my server, and part of that is like I have a GPU plugged into that for like encode and whatnot. So like seems like the GPU ARM PC with GPU seems to be in a pretty good spot on Linux. So like, I wonder if I plug like a Arc or a Radeon or whatever, can I use that for transcode, and how well does that work in the context of Jellyfin?
Shout out to with the Rhino 6 is one of my patrons on Interfacing Linux. He posted that last night.
Oh, okay.
He was like, "This is," because I put the video up early for them to take a look at, and he wrote, he's like, "This is exactly what I was trying to do with my 06." And he's like, I could never get it stable.
Huh.
So, but like all new equipment, and like, listen, the 06 is only like 6 or 7 months old. That's a baby single board computer, if you're familiar with how long it takes. But if they get the G710 silicon, the GPU, you know, the built-in parts of that CIX, that thing's a monster, dude.
Okay.
That thing's a monster. So, yeah, it could be like 3 or 4 years from now. And you're like, oh, it's such a monster. But don't count out the rock chip. I think people are going to be surprised when they see this. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Go check it out. Like and subscribe, or whatever you do, however you consume your YouTube content. Download it from the command line. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. Just put it in your face. And of course,
right, click the web page and save it.
Right. And the primary reason I did this was not to benchmark anything. It was to show you how to get this stuff up and running on an ARM system, because there's no guides for that. The only thing it says on the FAQ on the Jellyfin's like, this is for advanced users only, followed by some commands, and they leave out the parts that make it work. And there was no guide to getting SDR to HDR tone mapping up and working. Why? Because you got to do the compute OpenCL stuff, and like there was shrug emoji, so got all that working. And more importantly, I scripted that shit for you. So if you got a rock chip laying around, this is something you should be interested in. Jordan, you did mention that you went to, what was it? Feed Us Your Skin?
Yes, the Edge of Eternity's pre-release for Magic the Gathering is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
I went to and subsequently got a boot shoved up my ass at the tournament. My sealed pool was, it's one of those ones where like they give you 6 booster packs and you have to open up, you have to build your deck on site. So
this
you have
is MTG, right?
Yeah,
okay.
And I opened a lot of very strong cards on the top end with no support on the bottom end. So I had a very, very weak deck, and everyone else just opened better cards than me. And so, yeah, I just lost all my fucking games. That's not true. I tied the first game because we ran long. But
I do got a question, though.
Yeah.
I heard somebody talking about like a strategy for playing Magic the Gathering was to prevent the other player from just being able to play.
Yes. So that's called, there are 2 ways to do that. It's either a control or a stack strategy.
Sounded expensive.
Yeah, for stacks, a lot of that is because it relies on older cards. But usually with control strategies, there's a type of spell called counterspell, and it basically is if you cast the spell when someone else casts a spell, it negates that. So a lot of decks will use that to just like, you know, gas your opponent out, and then you put in something because you've just been 1-for-1 trading, and then they run out of shit, and you have your thing at the end. The other one is stacks, where there are cards that like add additional costs to other cards and effectively like make it impossible to play and like stop your resources from regenerating. So and then there's and then there's Lantern Control, which is a very niche strategy, which basically is like the deck actually has no win condition. The win condition is you frustrate your opponent until they surrender. Because it basically just locks them out of the game.
Get wrecked.
Pretty much. But yeah, on the way there, you know, there's businesses, and I'm like looking for a restaurant maybe to get some lunch, and then I see this sign, just kind of hanging out. Bring me your skin.
Just one word. One word. No.
And I had to take a photo of that because I'm not fucking going in there.
Right.
I want to keep my skin.
Now, if the blinds were up, would you have snuck up and like?
It's on the 2nd floor, so I need to like Spider-Man my way up.
Okay, yeah. If it was at ground level, Neither of us.
That's the other thing. You have to go up the narrow stairwell to bring me your skin. To bring them your skin.
No, you can go check it out. Just go up the haunted hallway. No.
So at least it's not in the basement, right? That would have been way worse.
Yeah, right. We had no idea. Jordan showed me that. He posted in the super secret Discord and showed me that during the pre-show. And like, I was like, a funny sign. Then we Googled it, and it was the most obvious thing in the history of the world.
Yeah,
it's a tattoo shop.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like a skincare place or like a dermatology place or something. But no,
I would. You know, I think that absolute bring me your skin works for a tattoo shop. Like a dermatologist be like, bring me your skin. I'm like, I don't know, homie.
Yeah, Dr. Lecter is here to see you.
Right.
Yeah, it's Ed Gein's Toronto location. Yeah, so, and
hey, yeah, it's up on Remax. The spot's available. Maybe the sign comes with it.
Maybe you can open up a new business. Also saw the Supermans. Solid. I would
see that almost bad enough to go see it in theater.
I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's not.
Is it a good
blow your mind
movie or a good Superman movie?
It is a solid movie. My big thing is planting and payoff. It pays off what it plants. It pays off what it sets up, and that's all I can really ask for in a film these days, right?
Better love story than the second Wonder Woman movie.
Oh God,
I love that first movie so much, dude.
Yeah, oh man. I'm not gonna get into the Wonder Woman 84. That movie is a fucking hot mess. We don't got the time. We got other shit we gotta talk about.
Like the horse.
The horse is reincarnated in a body, and Gal Gadot is gonna make love to it. It's the Steam.
Because like we're not joking. That's the plot of it. Yeah,
that's what happens.
Pretty fucking dark.
What's new on the menu this week?
Redesigned store menus are now in beta. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Holy hell, that thing's fast. Navigation and search improvements. RIP. I was so sad, Jordan. They got rid of when you go to categories, that wall of block square with like a billion. Yeah. I think it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns in it. That's going to be going away because Steam is testing a new menu, and they do want your feedback. So the blue bar and left column, they've kind of been fused together into one thing, which is pretty dope.
Fusion.
Yeah. You get animated GIFs up there. They've rewarded the browse tab and dedicated recommendations. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. If you want to get into it, just jump into the Steam beta. You can do that. Easy enough to do. And the most important thing for me, Jordan, was like, all right, how many steps to get to the center of the penguin lollipop? Which is from the main page inside the Steam client. It's you got to find it now, because like we had the Steam dedicated section. The big gray box you opened, and it was in bottom left hand area. This you got to go into the more section. That's where they've hidden the SteamOS plus Linux, but it's right there. It's just more poop. Does it really mean that much in 2025 when basically everything just works?
Well, yeah, and to that point, like. Proton Proton end of sentence, because this the UI redesign here looks a lot like the SteamOS UI. So I really think they're putting in sort of like UI normalization effort. We've all seen like the old, like, here's the picture of all the icons in use in Steam right now. You think it's like all of the icons that were ever used in Steam. It's like, no, here's everything that is in current use. So they're definitely going through and trying to streamline the thing. And I guess now that like SteamOS is a real boy, you can buy it on like a Legion Go. You can get it on like that Acer handheld. Yeah, it probably makes sense to have like a consistent UI flow throughout all of your various platforms. And frankly, it's about time.
Implying, sir, that there's a higher than non-zero chance of still being able to somewhere a green ass Steam page?
I hope they never get rid of it personally.
Who was it? Was it like SteamDB that pointed out like the 3 different design eras that are still available?
Yeah. That's the post I was referring to, where it's like the page of like all of the different UI elements that are still in use, and it's like, no, these aren't all the various Steam themes that were rolled out. This is currently what is in play right now.
There right now.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
No, I mean, I didn't, new thing. I hate it. I didn't even get that reaction. I'm like, that's.
I mean, because it's what you get in the Steam Deck, right? Like, it's not new per se.
Even my experience with just like with the Steam machine I built. But I didn't bounce off of it. I'm like, I get it. All right, it's logical is what we're trying to get around to with a bunch of extra words attached. And the search thing's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
The dedicated recommendation page, though, it's funny we have that after like the article last week about the fucking drunken sailors. Right. Yeah, here you go, man.
Right, fine.
You want your moving pictures? Here's your fucking moving pictures. Give us money.
Done. Yeah. But then again, like, let me know in the comments because my recommendations on Valve are just poo. Like, they've always been poo. I've tried to like work with it, work against it, and like I've never once had like, oh, this makes sense, because it's like, okay, I'm playing Mafia 2 games like this, Hollow Knight, and I'm like, no, I don't think so, unless like there's part of Hollow Knight I don't know about. And search, I rarely use search, so yeah, let me know what you think. That'd be interesting.
Well, that and like you can search like tags and genres and publishers now, so it's like it's not just games. It's probably like a little more useful.
I don't think I found, like, usually when I find a game on Steam, it's because somebody wrote about it or somebody.
Yeah, there is a very large word of mouth aspect here as well, and like, but again, that this is Steam trying to combat that, right? Like, but I think to some degree, like any sort of like niche genre medium, it's always going to be word of mouth, because it's like, what is the hot thing that people are talking about? This is how you get your lethal companies and your Among Us's and your, I don't know what the new hot game is now.
Dude, I did.
I'm so out of touch.
Part of the same gym trip was playing the new hot VR game.
Oh,
yeah, it's a monkey game where you swing on vines. It's like monkey tag.
Oh, so it's like, it's Pitfall, or is it tag? Or
well, it's multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to like go. Like I played around with that on a Vive, one of the Facebook ones.
The Quest, yeah,
might have been, and like that was pretty dope. Like I get that, like, because like you're chasing each other, fucking around, and like you can just get in online lobbies and stuff like that. I thought that's a new hot thing. I'm hip. There you go.
With the kids. Hello, fellow youths.
Damn right. Let's talk about something that's
speaking of youths. Yeah,
right. You know,
yeah. So I guess Fallout. You know it. It's classic post-apocalyptic turn-based RPG that that has been well loved, turned into an Amazon TV show. Now it's turned into a Doom game. This is Fallout Bakersfield. This is from notebookcheck.com. They're reporting on this. This has been in development for a while. This is a guy from a person who is a good old Das Vulcan, good person who's been working on Fallout mods a lot, and now they are working on effectively a total conversion for Fallout 1 into the GZ Doom engine, and this looks pretty good. Yeah. It turns out GZ Doom can still make with the pretties, but at what cost? Those animations are pretty chuggy. This is some very cinematic gameplay footage. Also, when I saw that, I'm like, is this low-key revenge for like Beth mastering Quake? It's like, oh, well, we can remaster your game too. We can make it into a first-person shooter.
No. I want to see the zombie go blah,
blah.
I guess they're zombies. I don't know, mutants. Or...
Well, they're rad zombie mutants, basically the same thing. It is not like a one-to-one translation, because like the mechanisms of OG Fallout don't necessarily translate to GZ Doom, but I'm interested to see how this turns out. I wonder if like how much inspiration this will take from stuff like New Vegas in terms of like how one engages with the world, because we do kind of have that established visual language of interacting with the world in World of Fallout in first person. So
it is pretty. I don't know anything about Fallout, man, and the original, especially like the original 1997. That was isometric, right? Top down. Yeah. A point and click. Being an FPS. You know, maybe
it did make the transition, right? Fallout 3 and 4. And
I mean, if you showed me that, I know enough about Fallout to be like, hey, that looks like Fallout. That 4-minute long trailer, there'll be a link in the show notes. Go check it out. It's very well done. But having never played a Fallout video game, I can't really speak to the accuracy. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're like up in the weeds. But you got plenty of time, everybody, to be up in the weeds, because they're like, man, this thing is not going to see the light of day until like 2027.
Honestly, though, I have to wonder if, like, depending on how faithful this thing is to, like, the actual plot of Fallout, I do wonder if this is actually would turn into, like, the preferred way of experiencing that story. Because, like, Fallout 1, it's beloved, but it is an old RPG, and it plays like an old RPG, and that may not be the best thing for people who want to like experience it in like 2026, 2025, that era.
Yeah.
I guess 2027.
I'm down to like switching things into like, because like the later Fallout games were, not third person, but first person, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm down with it. Yeah.
Indeed.
A little late to the party on this one, but Blender Game Studios. Remember, Blender used to have a game engine built into it, and
did they ever finish Sindel the game?
They did not. We covered it on this. It technically functioned.
Yes, they had the movie, and then they're like, we're going to make a game, and then they didn't.
They're like, nah. So Blender Game Studios is still a thing. It very much exists, and we've come a long, long way since those early days. I want to talk about DOGWALK, a handcrafted winter forest, big, adorable woofer, and a kid in tow. It's short, it's free, and it's open source. Brought to you by the Blender Studio, and I downloaded it. Really small. It's like less than a gig. It requires a Linux distribution released after 2016, and it's a Godot game. Godot, and it's done in that same stop motion esque animation that like South Midnight is done in, which I was like, I don't know if I like that or not, but like I like how it looks. Let me say that. I played about this far. I got a stick for the snowman, Jordan.
Yep.
I clicked on it.
Yep.
Took me a minute to figure out what the hell I was supposed to be doing, and I finally put it together. But I mean, it's free to play. Go try it out. However, over here on Debian Trixie, because I, code freeze, Trixie exists. No audio. I had to use Proton in order to get the audio to work.
Weird, because on Fedora, I guess I'm on 41 right now, but yeah, sound worked fine. I ran it, and it came out of the wrong holes, but like sound was playing.
Something I immediately am wondering.
Was working.
I bet this would make a pretty dope Android game.
Yeah, I can see that, because it has like the very simplified controls. Because basically what it is because it is a scavenger hunt. Basically, you control the dog, you drag the kid around, and you gotta look for stuff to complete the snowman. So for me, I would, as a dog owner, I'm curious, like, how well does this replicate being yanked around by a dog? And it does an okay job. I do wish I could send the kid just fucking flying, because like the kid will eat shit and you will drag him and you have to like go ahead and rescue him. Like, man, I live in a neighborhood with some people who have big dogs, and they are not large people, and so maybe they should not have purchased a big dog that is stronger than them. And they go flying.
They definitely got that, man. You see clips of like stuff like that. Like, can you at least get like the leash with a little bit of pull on it, like a fishing rod, to like slow them down a little bit, or you got a chance?
Yeah, I straight up at one point I had to like rescue. She was literally my doctor. She was walking her dog and she went flying, and I had to like go retrieve her and then retrieve the dog.
Oh man,
because like the dog took off, and she's like a 90-pound-year-old or
90-pound-year-old man. God,
right.
Like 60-pound-year-old,
90-pound, 60-year-old woman. There we go, brain, and yeah, she's got no mass. And that's like it's like a border collie cross with like a flat back retriever. I genuinely would not want, even our size. Of course, we got to like imagine like what that would take to like snatch us. Like, I would not be comfortable for my safety or like the animals. Yeah, because if it wants to run out in front of the bus, the fuck you gonna do, dude? Like, yeah, I'm what, 295 pounds. I have a 600-pound squat and like a 650-pound deadlift. My 45-pound dog, if she fucking yanks, can pull me offside. I can resist it, but like I gotta have both feet planted on the ground, and I gotta be ready for it. Otherwise, yeah, it can be bad. They're very explosive. They got 4 legs. You got 2.
So do the people stuck on this island. I guess. Trouble. No, do we got Dwarf Fortress? Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. D Fortress up next.
Lewis scripting. I don't want to know anything about Lewis scripting.
Dwarfs have legs.
They do have legs, but can you see them in their beards is the real question. They're like those birds that can like retract their legs into their fur.
Yeah, penguins have knees, people. Have fun.
Yeah, good luck with that. don't try to kneecap them. But Dwarf Fortress has a new update. And that update with that update comes Lua scripting, and that's a big one because this is going to enable you can implement systems in engine that are scriptable, and then you don't have to update the game code or the engine code every time you want to implement a feature. You can just update the Lua code. This is going to be opening the door for like the procedural magic system. This is the arcane iotum behind that, amongst other things. And yeah, you can start writing mods in Lua now for Dwarf Fortress, which is pretty dope. Like I was saying, I actively try to avoid learning anything about Lua because it is yet another domain-specific language that I have to keep in my brain. I was talking to Empty about that. Yeah, I was talking to Empty about it. It's like, Lua's fine. It's as far as DSLs go, it's pretty dirt easy. And I'm like, I'm sure it is. The last time I needed to update a Lua script was for some HA proxy thing, and I'm like, I learned what 3 characters I need to update. That's it.
I know enough Lua to where we have a mostly functional script that connects between the Stream Deck, OBS, and 4-hour Steam update of the week. It finds a track, activates a fucking plugin, connects it to the Stream Deck, and disables and it works mostly. That's all I'll ever know. So, have you played the new Dwarf Fortress? I think, like most people, I played the text adventure version.
I never actually played Dwarf Fortress. I never got into it. I know that it was like one of the big inspirations for Minecraft.
Yeah.
I know that like NetHack, there's a big tileset community because you can play the ASCII version, and then there's like different UIs you can put on top of that. But yeah, that's kind of it.
I fucked around with it. Playing is a strong word. It's like a super deep game if you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good on them.
And I think like the fun people have is like getting into the weeds. So, and Lua scripting definitely adds an entire new garden full of weeds for you to get lost in.
Oh, man. Now can we talk about island people? Are they on an island? Yeah, they are.
They are on an island, yes.
See, this is like a weird forgotten memory. I'm looking at screenshots, Jordan. I'm like, I remember like seeing these in a magazine or something, dude. Like,
right. Well,
vaguely.
Yeah. And like when I tried to find screenshots for this, it's just like, I find these pictures and it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? I really am having a hard time telling. But yeah, Trouble. The source code for this was a game, the RTS that got released back in 2004-ish, I believe. Something to the effect of that. Early aughts. Got GPL v2 released in 2014, and apparently it was written in Java, and they are able to they're going through and updating it. Yeah, so there apparently you do actually need to generate a CD key. You can just provide your own key, but you still need to go through the step, which I find very humorous. But yeah, you got the client and server components if you want to do like multiplayer. And yeah, the plot of the game is you are Vikings and you go on a island and you are attempting to displace the natives on that island to take over. And I went, oh, that's a big oof in 2025. But yeah, it is fully open source. You can download it, and I don't think you need the game files either. You can just play it right out the gate.
You can play it, man. They plan on like updating the art assets and upgrading it, so that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
man.
And more RTS engines, right? Like someone can take this and like turn it into a different game, right?
Theoretically, but like, would they? Like, do you want to go take over the 2004 Java code base for your?
Listen, there are worse ways to get into game development. I'll just say that.
I mean, you really got to be like, you got to be trapped on an island, man. It's like, this is what you got.
Yeah, you were stranded on an island by Vikings, and this is your revenge.
Right. All right. Good news, everybody. Steam is no longer the only one being deprived of the sales of horny games. Nope.
Oh man. Yeah, no, the fucking chilling effect continues. Itch.io, they posted an update. I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday. And they're like, yeah, so we have gone and de-indexed all adult games pending review and removal and final review of content that does not comply with the standards of our payment processors. And they're like, yeah, this happened. This is going around. Steam capitulated. we're itch. We don't have a choice, right? Because like, if Steam's not going to stand up to Visa or MasterCard, you think like fucking itch is going to do that? Smart business says, they duck and cover. And this is a real fucking problem, right? Like we were talking about, I guess before we actually started recording the show, we were talking about like the facial verification stuff. That's not good. This is still within like the same realm of it, where you have these people determining what is acceptable art to be sold. And these aren't even stakeholders. These are people who are running the payment processors, and they're saying, no, we're not going to allow this to take place because we don't approve of it. And again, payment process, we brought this up last week. Payment processors should not have opinions like this. They should facilitate the cash or they should be dissolved.
Neutral fucking money people. Right. That's what they fucking need to be. And they're not being that. This is fucked up. And I brought it up last week. I was like, didn't this shit already happen in fucking Japan? Or were we not paying attention? Why? Because we're like, well, it's not happening over here. We don't need to.
It could never happen to us.
No. And yeah, dude, like Yoko Taro from Nier, he chimed on this back a couple of years ago, back in like 2022, when, who was it? The manga chain, Melon Books, had their entire payment, they just terminated it. They're like, you can no longer sell. We've just deemed it. And this was Visa. Yeah. And Visa Japan's CEO, he was like,
yeah, they can just unilaterally decide whether or not you're allowed to do business. Like,
this was his quote. He's like, sometimes it's necessary to deny use to protect the brand. And I'm like,
the fuck does that even mean?
First, they came for the tentacle porn. So
I mean, like, you're gonna invoke the Niemöller poem, but yeah, this is the thing, right? It starts being the content that most normal people will find objectionable, and then it starts spreading. It starts spreading, and there's a very, very clear side of what is acceptable and what isn't. And what is acceptable is allowed to promote all sorts of violence and shitty things against certain groups.
I think what is acceptable, Jordan, is what's legally acceptable per country, and that should be the beginning, middle, and fucking end of the conversation.
Yes, but
or having somebody going, well, I feel, because then you immediately get into like
yes, this is entirely subjective.
Should be.
The law should not have anything to say about this beyond are you like committing any sort of financial crimes?
So is it like exactly like if the material is like illegal, then you can't
criminal, yeah.
Right. But I think everybody, anybody listening to this show, I think we all think the same thing.
But again, there is the question of what is legal. What is legal? And you can make some broad statements about what should, but at the end of the day, it is just vibes based. You cannot like a lot of these like sexual contents, these sexual games that are being removed are like material from sexual assault victims who are attempting to like process their own experiences, right? Like this is valid art that deserves to exist, right? So
the fucking horny games.
No, it's not just horny games. It's not just horny games.
The vast overwhelming majority of them are horny games.
Yeah, first they came for the fucking horny games. That's
I know, but I'm not mixing that up though. Like that is what they're going after, like the incest. Like that was the main.
That is not what they're going after. This is the wedge. This is how they do it.
Homie, I understand what the plan is.
Okay,
but the list that was removed,
make it clear to the people.
Well, I'm trying to. The list was like from the initial Steam removal. According to SteamDB, was like that was one of the top keywords for the ones that are getting wiped.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Like, I'm not going to dispute that. That's according to SteamDB. And those games are no longer around. The mechanism is what you got to worry about. Like right now in the States, I was looking like, is there any type of legislation going on in Canada or the UK? I couldn't find it. I found S401, which is just like a line item to prevent this type of bullshit. I don't have a lot of hope for it because it's going to get caught up with derptards with their politics and like lobbyist shenanigans to ever get through. But like,
no, it's consumer protection that's not allowed in the States anymore. So
we have to see it. I don't know. Like this is worldwide. This is not just happening here in North America. It's not just happening in Canada. It's not just happening in Japan. But then you get into like, here's the entire conversation that I was having earlier this week. If Valve had came out and said, hey, we're pulling these games because we decided we don't want them on the store anymore, I've been like, all right, your choice. You're the store. You get to decide that. Honestly. Okay. Me? I've been looking for like a horny game filter. I bitched about that for years. And I'm like, I would never want them to go away. That would never have been my thing. But having an outside party, having their hand in, like, this is not just gaming. Like, this is going to be able to propagate.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, find somebody to write in. Like, whatever. Like,
yeah.
The other solution is let them fucking roll with it. Let it get to the point where it pisses off the right person. Then we'll see how that plays out. You know,
I don't know if that's going to happen.
We don't know.
You know, be proactive. Call your Congress critters, call your political representatives, and make it clear that this kind of shit is unacceptable. That's the only way we can get like any sort of forward motion on it. I mean, it's a multifactorial thing, but you know, starts off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about lag.
All right, well, I guess GeForce Now is kind of lag related.
Oh, I see. I'm permanently one off now on my goddamn
What happens?
But no, because I was looking for footage for the tribal game while you were talking. Right. So my tab order got
right.
There we go.
That'll do it.
All right. So GeForce Infinity, ladies and gentlemen, I played around with it. I'm a little bit familiar with GeForce Now because it was one of the things I tested when I built my own Steam Deck, my homebrew deal with SteamOS on it. Go check out that video on interfacing Linux.
Ben plays Fortnite.
Yep, first time. And it worked because when GeForce Now, actually, I think it still is, it was locked to, it was checking, you know, hey, is SteamOS around? And like, as long as it sees that, it started right up, but it won't work on the desktop. And we covered on the show that a bunch of people were working on getting it up and running in different places. Well, somebody's put a lacquerty hairdo and a nice bow on it and made it easy, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so this originally started off as an attempt to de-Steam Deck exclusify the GeForce Now app, and it seems I don't know. They're making it available for Windows and Mac, which I guess to me indicates that the actual native GeForce Now experience, at least from like the Windows and Mac app, leaves a lot to be desired.
Doesn't it?
And I don't know. You have a bit more experience with it than I do. Like.
I opened it and I'm like, well, all right. How do I play the Fortnite?
There's a play button, right? Like you select the game and you hit play. Like that's really
seemed to be the running. Yeah, I was able to get to that part. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And this has other stuff where there's like Discord rich presidents integration. You can and a bunch of other features like this. One of their feature calendar though has something that's a little puzzling. They want to implement account switching for GeForce Now. Who has multiple GeForce Now accounts and why? Cheaters?
No, because you remember what I brought up that like I enjoyed playing like the 10 or 15 minutes of Fortnite after watching 30 minutes of the same goddamn 3 commercials.
Okay, yeah.
I also think there's a play time limit, like on the free tier.
Oh,
I'm guessing here, but like I'm just trying to like get into that mindset of like it would be handy if I could rotate to my other account.
That I did not consider that. That probably makes more sense. You're watching a lot of ads though. Oh boy.
Oh, it's nonstop. Like maybe it was because then again, like I was trying it at like 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time, you know, like kind of like prime time, I would assume still. And like, yeah, it was like 20-minute wait time. And
yeah, 4 to 6, like that's like prime after school.
And like 20-minute wait time, like whoever's spending money on those ads, you're losing your money because like that's immediate, like, okay, well, that's going over there somewhere behind me. I'm not paying attention to that for 20 minutes. Get out of here.
Yeah. Hit mute, grab like a book or something.
I just got up and went and I think I was doing like dishes or something. I came back and I'd like popped in and I'm like, oh, it's still running. All right, well, whatever.
It's a bit of a flashback to back when like you booted up a game in 1998. And it had to get off the hard drive and into the memory, and they had to spin the CD drive so you could get up and, I don't know, go make a sandwich or something.
It is available in just about everything. I put that up on the screen a minute ago. You get Debian packages, you get app images, you get .exe, .block maps, probably.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Let's run that shit through wine, see what happens.
It explodes. Your blood just starts coming out of your CPU fan.
Yeah. Source code, like, it looks coherent and well done.
It's an Electron app. Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I mean, GeForce Now is like a web app, though, right? Like
on steroids, but yeah. I mean, yeah, it would be fair to call it an Electron app, I think. Not much to it, though, man. Like, just building it, running it. There's nothing. I would probably use it. Like, if Big Green showed up and they're like, here's a pass to just play whenever you want for any of the things, just to like sample games. Because what I played with Fortnite, I was like, this is a pleasant experience after the ads. I'm like, all right, this is way better than what it was 10 years ago when I first was trying online games.
I guess would that be like the modern equivalent of like, you remember the old kiosks at like Best Buy and like GameStop or whatever? Like after a while they were just like the Guitar Hero kiosks, but like they had like the controllers like stapled into them, and you could play some games there. To like, you don't remember that era?
Just to play some games.
No, well,
to sample games, so like
to sample the games. They had like a console set up in like a plexiglass case with like a TV, and like they had these controllers that were just coming out of it. And yeah, you could like play. They had like a demo CD where they were just like a game that you could play. And like to your point about like try before you buy, like I wonder if sort of like if they did a GeForce Now type thing of like, you know, play 30 minutes of God of War Ragnarok 2, Kratos gets his group back, and yeah, you can just like kind of play the first 30 minutes of it through GeForce Now or something. Just like as a little aperitif, a little sampler.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like, see, back in my day, it was the NES. They had the NES hooked up to a CRT, and you could pick through like 10 games, and you had like a 1-minute timer on it. It was absolute dog shit. But could they sell games? Yeah, if they could get the publishers on board. But I think NVIDIA is more incentivized to just continue charging you money to play your own games.
Yeah, rent a PC from us.
Yeah. Oh. The value ad's not there because it's not cheap either, man. Like if you want like a really beefy system.
I don't. Yeah, and I guess like I don't know, for the limited thing that I could see myself using GeForce Now for, I don't know if I would actually need like the Discord rich presence, and like I don't know what they mean when they say instant app switch, automatically switch to GeForce Infinity once your gaming rig is ready for action. Like I guess does that let you like run the game from GeForce Now and then immediately run it on your local machine? Or I
have no idea. Like it took me a minute to parse like right, because the Discord status updates. I'm like, right, that thing that I never have enabled because like I have Discord open and a tab. No, like, and like I have no interest in like showing off like what I'm playing at the time. Like I guess that's a feature, people care about it. Okay, neat.
Yeah. The only thing that happens when those games are enabled or have those features enabled is sometimes I get a message from Sandy saying, "Oh, you're playing this now, huh?"
Exactly. Like I don't want that fucking message. I'm like, hey, like if I wanted to allow you the privilege of talking to me, I'm like, no random messages. All right, now let's talk about Vulkan anti-lag technology because it's finally made it all the way over to Linux, at least the AMD version, the Vulkan-powered AMD version, VK AMD Anti-Lag, implicit Vulkan layer, which sounds like a bunch of words, because it is. After 3 months in review, Lag No Mo is here. It took about a year to get it ported and working with RADV, the open source Mesa Vulkan bits, but thanks to Daniel Sherman from Valve, did a lot of the heavy lifting on this. So, anti-lag, it's real. I have not played with it on... This ties together very nicely, randomly, with AMD's version, but I've used the NVIDIA version of the anti-lag with Beyblade. I forget the name, Stellar Blade. Yeah, that was the name of it. Because I thought you were talking about like an actual Beyblade. Yeah, you did last time too, and I didn't know Beyblade was a real thing, and I like looked it up, and I'm like, oh, I was just making like Bay, like, oh, that's Bay. I completely understandable confusion was. I was doing a test of using Steam in-home streaming with that game with DLSS, and I had to enable the NVIDIA anti-lag to get it like synced up where it felt right, where it didn't feel like I was playing a video of a games. So it's good to see this coming over to the open source stack on AMD, man, because like you're going to need it if you got all the DLSS and the FSRs cut on to 11.
And I mean, like a lot of games are shipping with it right now. So you know, having the support baked into Mesa for so that games can actually take advantage of it is good, especially on like stuff like, I don't think the Steam Deck implements stuff like anti-lag. I don't think it has a powerful enough GPU, but potentially like newer like the MSI one or the Lenovo one or whatever, like they might have the horsepower to do that. Not the MSI one, that's a Intel based. That's the Claw.
Man, people, you need, if you find one of those in box, put it like in a closet for 20 years, because those things are going to be like hyper collective items, dude.
Right, and like the whole point of this is to like improve performance in hardware bottleneck systems. And I started looking through the list of like what games have anti-lag implemented. And the one that stuck out to me was one that you had you had a little exposure with in terms of like VEX. Horizon Zero Dawn apparently implements AMD Anti-Lag. So I'm curious if you run this, once this makes it to a version that like runs on something like the Orion, because you know it's in the Mesa Git right now. It's going to be a couple months to a year before like an Ubuntu version releases with it, right?
No, I run nightly.
You run that? Do they do the nightlies for Mesa and Ubuntu, or?
Yeah, but I don't use Ubuntu.
Oh, for the Orion?
Well, I did for that, but like typically I run Armbian, which you don't. It doesn't matter as long as you're running a Debian base. There's multiple sources for nightly Mesa builds for ARM.
Okay, sure. Okay, yeah. Well, my point being like once it is more stable and it like makes it to a distribution that you can easily install on a machine. Then I was curious, like, you know, what will the performance boost on something like Horizon Zero Dawn end up looking like implementing like AMD Anti-Lag if you shove like 6700 in that Orion, right?
No, I'm gonna use my AMD 9090.
Yeah. Wait, which one?
See, we're at the point where you don't know, huh?
Yeah, the HD 9090 from like 2002 or some shit, like
or whatever their new ones are. I don't even know, like the 9050 or what. I don't know.
I think it straight up is like the 5900 or something. It's so confusing.
I gotta look this up. AMD naming GPU, the 9000. The XTs were the ones that you had, right?
Yeah, I had the 7800 XT.
Is it really the 9090?
I think it might be the.
It is. It's the RX 9090 XT.
Okay. Yeah.
That's their top of the line right now. So you don't get confused and accidentally buy the slower card, which would be the 5090.
Right.
Yeah.
No, They had an okay thing going where they would switch, where like one of them would use like 100 base numbers and the other one would use 1,000 base numbers, and then eventually they'd switch once they like hit a major number. But now they're just on the same shit. And
AMD, with your next one, I dare you to release a TIE version and make sure it's pronounced TIE.
And Intel has like a similar thing with their Intel and AMD have a similar like naming numbering thing with their CPUs.
Man, okay, no, Intel's CPU numbering scheme's always been a methamphetamine power trip, dude. Like it's like they've never made sense to me. It's like, and people are like, oh no, it's the IK800 1100 and I'm like, get fucked. No,
yeah, no. Now they're adding like 2 or 3 more letters on the end of that. I'm like, I have no idea.
I don't. Best I could, like, AMD had it right, and they still got it right, dude. Like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. Oh, that one's got a G on the end. That means it's probably got a graphics thing in it.
Yeah.
I can handle that. Or like the 3D. I was like, that probably means it's got the 3D cache at it. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There we go. There we go. A little bit of hate mail before we get out of here tonight. Back onto the payment thing, man.
Yeah, back on it, baby. Shafluigi? Or Shafluigi. I added an extra.
Shut your mouth.
Shafluigi. It's me. So Shafluigi Shaft Luigi. No extra I. I gotta keep saying that. Fuck. Each time the payment processors pull this junk, they accelerate their demise. Maybe, I don't think so. It's crazy that Steam didn't just turn Bitcoin purchases back on for the games in question. My guess is they just want to get rid of these games and use Visa, MasterCard as an easy excuse. Have you tried to buy something with Bitcoin? Do you have is there a consistent value for Bitcoin right now?
With Bitcoin, outside of it, has maintained price parity and continually gone up compared to USD over the past couple of years, and it's increased in valuation. Like, it's doing better than the dollar is what I'm saying, and has been for some time.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't hear about that. More to the point that, like, you know, at least back then, when they were implementing Bitcoin payments, you know, you would pay 5 Bitcoins and that could have been $5 or that could have been $500 depending on the day. I guess that's no longer the case right now.
Well, I think what it boils down to is Bitcoin's not good for money.
Yeah.
It's not good for like small purchases and stuff like that. Then again, I know somebody's going to bring up like Venezuela, right? Where they've switched over Bitcoin payment. I think it's BitStar.
Okay.
That's the national payment. Every place there has to, and like they seem to be rocking and rolling with that because they're using a Lightning network, which didn't exist way back in might have but early days. The biggest problem with Bitcoin, like any cryptocurrency right now, and feel free to write me and let me know because I don't keep super on top of this stuff, is the ability to do refunds and chargebacks. There's your big hang up.
Yeah, reversing transactions in a blockchain is like nigh impossible. You need to like that's where you got like Ethereum versus Ethereum Lite versus like Ethereum Classic or whatever, right? Because they've tried to, there were big transactions they wanted to roll back, and that means rolling back.
It's insane. It's insanity. Like I view like Bitcoin and stuff like that is more like stocks. You buy
it's a ledger. That's what it is. Yeah,
it's like a ledger that is worth money.
But like to the point of like
what you gotta get Bitcoin, homie.
What I have against crypto is like
not
how
crypto,
it fucked over crypto in general, right? Like
right.
It is a cryptocurrency. Completely fucked up GPU prices. You want to know why Nvidia's charging this much for the fucking 5090? I don't even know what the fucking top of the line card is now. It's like it was $300 or $3,000 when I went to a part shop over the weekend last week. Like, it's ridiculous.
But ain't nobody been mining like crypto on GPUs in years.
But it started that, and prices don't go down. They don't. So
that's it.
I mean, we don't got time to litigate it. I'm not here. I'm not prepared with a debate to talk about the pros and cons of Bitcoin. So let's maybe not.
I don't know. I'm always out there for people who's going to be bringing solutions to problems. So if you got some solutions, you got some ideas, hit me up down in the comments.
My point was there was like in terms of online payments, there is really a lack of infrastructure in regards to that. Like you have PayPal, you have Visa, MasterCard, and maybe is Venmo even a part of that? Does Venmo not just piggyback on?
South America's implemented their own system. Europe's working on one. UK's got one. I think there's one in Canada too.
Yeah.
The thing is, nobody's using it.
Yeah, and again, that is kind of the problem, is that you could, if you're going to be implementing these regional payment process systems, you need to do it one-to-one for everything. And when I say there isn't infrastructure, like there isn't unified infrastructure, there isn't like a good way to get money from point A to point B without having to jump through a bunch of hoops.
Yeah, we're still dealing with ACH bank transfer bullshit.
Yeah,
like it's insane. It's crazy.
So yeah,
I don't know. Like I would love like a perfect solution to this. We'll see, man. Like, you know, to what Jordan's saying with the volatility of like crypto, like I think Valve was like, you gotta give them credit for even trying it way back then, man.
Yeah.
So maybe, okay, here we go. We're gonna make it legal to send cash tender through the mail system again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And from now on, you're just gonna put the money in the envelope and send it directly to Valve.
You can send a Raven.
Do you think Gabe would want a Raven?
Absolutely. I think that motherfucker loves birds. He strikes me as the kind.
I don't know. He seems more like a fish person to me with his daily scuba diving. And I'm like, that takes a long time to get. I hope he doesn't get in a wetsuit.
Oh, man. I got into a wetsuit one time, and that was a pain in. Yeah.
There you go. There's my experience with a wetsuit. Like I did that Not again. Let's talk about fear of missing out.
Oh, actually, no.
Uh-oh. We got FOMO.
I straight up have FOMO.
FOMO is a thing that happens to the best of us, the worst of us, the last of us. And hang on. What is that?
FOMO, fear of missing out. It's my magic card.
Missing out.
Yeah, FOMO.
That's an MTG card?
That's a magic card, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. FOMO.
Last week, I was talking about FOMO burnout, man, and that's what...
Chuck Aviator. They say Chuck Aviator.
We get some names this week.
Yeah. FOMO burnout. That's definitely a game like Fortnite to me. Always felt FOMO until at some point I stopped caring. Currently enjoying 76 hours of Skyrim, a single player game that feels as if it's more respectful towards my time.
Now, hopefully, you play it from the original Microsoft DVD. That's the authentic way to experience your Skyrim before it was modded and updated, and that release day version, because I'm sure it's got to be extra broken because it's a Bethesda game.
Yeah,
I wish I could get lost in these games, man. I've tried. Like, I tried to revisit Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like, I'm gonna 100% this and go through on all these billions of side quests, and I just get bored.
Yeah, I think that is a consequence of just like how big games are these days, especially for like action games. There's all with like the collectathon aspects of it, right? There's just all like you can enjoy doing it, but at a certain point you get work. Yeah, you get your fill. Like, yeah,
there's too much to like. It's like, oh, there's a difference between 50 side quests and 200. Like, yeah, like 100%ing a game, I got respect for anybody who does that. And like, it might take you a long time. Like, I 99.97% in Mad Max, and I couldn't 100% because of a bug. And like, that took me 5 months of playing.
No.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Good times. And like, new games come out, and I'm like, what I said last week, I look at it, I'm like, I'll enjoy playing that. And I mean that when I say it. But I mean, when I say that, it's going to be 5-6 years.
Yeah, especially just again, given the state that games release these days with like day one patches, de nouveau DRM, all this shit, like there's unless you really, really are emotionally attached to this game, there really isn't an excuse to buy it on launch, right? Like,
no, there's not. Like I'll tell you, I didn't even think about this last week. Something that satiated my FOMO to a large extent. If it's something I'm excited about and I'm looking forward to, I just go watch somebody play it on Twitch and get that day one experience. I'm like, you find out how well this works for me. Yeah. Then that's part of my purchasing decision now. Like, YouTube videos, or if it's something I'm planning on buying, there's rare exceptions. Will I buy a Silk Song? Yeah. Do I need to read a review? Do I need to find out? No. Just gonna buy it.
I'm a little bit of the opposite in that, like, I will, if I have designs to play something, then I'm gonna like go out of my way to avoid it. Like, I've been avoiding the fuck out of like Expedition 33 spoilers, because like I'm interested in playing that game at some point.
That one was very pleasant because I was interested in the story, but it's also turn-based, so I knew I was never going to play it. So
and it does the Legend of Dragoon thing where you do need to like parry and like.
Yeah, and I had a great time. It was one of those games that we talked about. It's like one of those games that is good to watch someone play. For me, it was like, yeah, I had a great time with it.
Yeah, what was I think it was like on the Geek Enders podcast or something. Like someone mentioned that like the parries in Expedition 33 are harder than the parries in like Sekiro. So if you get really good at Expedition 33, you can just go clock Sekiro.
Well, don't they have like difficulty settings?
They
parry window timings.
Yeah, and apparently even like on easy mode, like it's still not actually that easy.
Yeah, the parry has to be very exact in Expedition 33, and the dodge is just like whatever you feel like it. Get around to it. You can,
okay,
but you can't. Dodge doesn't stack. Like parry, there's absolute benefit.
Yeah, they want you to parry. Yeah.
How many hours did you ever get in Skyrim?
Not very far, but I was in school at the time, and yeah, and it was like one of those things where it's like I had a pirated copy of Skyrim. I'm like, I don't want to get too far in here because I'm going to buy it eventually.
Yeah,
and then I never did.
Never
That's
did.
the end of that story.
You don't have Skyrim?
I do have Skyrim. Well, now I own Skyrim, but like the whole, I will go back and play it for getting real.
That's a weird achievement to have, dude. Like, I don't have a copy of Skyrim. I'm like, how?
No, I refuse to buy new copies of Skyrim because I have the 2011 Skyrim, and I'm not buying the HD remastered or whatever.
Those bastards got my $20. I'm like, this is gonna be great. And I loaded it up. I'm like, I guess this looks better. Like, I felt like I wasted my $20 on like the remastered HD, all that. But anyway, go have fun in Skyrim or whatever you want to play. If you got your favorite game, if it's Stardew Valley, it's Minecraft.
Yeah, the real cure to FOMO is the realization that even if you miss out, who fucking cares? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the only person that matters is you.
And us. Which is why you should go to patreon.com/LinuxGamecast and become a Patreon.
You can do that by heading over to Linux Gamecast and just add a bullshit extra step to that for no reason whatsoever.
Give us a page view. Why not?
Yeah, that'll count for. By the way, there's no ads on Linux Gamecast or tracking, but there is a link for Patreon, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. You can find this show and Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays. We spent quite a bit of time, me and Jill. We talked about Intel canceling Clear Linux OS on the show. Pretty good discussion. And of course, if you want to talk to us, you can leave us a YouTube comment on Patreon, or you can smash that contact button. We got an email address down there, which we do read. No reply at linuxgamecast.com. And of course, if you got questions about your Linuxing, I'm always happy to help you. Interfacinglinux.com. I got a forum over there. You can pop into it. Audio interfaces, software, video software, capture cards, single board computing, PC hardware. I'm trying to make our own little version, of tech tubing done right for the Linux crowd. Getting started with that. That YouTube channel's picking up. I just rolled over 250,000 viewers, Jordan.
Nice.
Yay. Those are numbers. So, yeah, like and subscribe over there too if you get a chance. If you don't, that's cool too. We can still be friends. Come hang out in our Discord. That's one of the bonuses you get for being a patron or a Twitch sub or a YouTube subscriber. They're not subscribers, members on YouTube, along with a gang of other thank you things. But I think that's going to do it. We don't have anything else, do we? Oh, Reddit. So. I got to remember to.
Oh, yeah. You got to tell me what that Reddit club is.
We'll do that. Come watch us live, by the way, and you can see my handoff to Jordan of like, here's the new child.
Earlier, you got up and walked away, and you put the headphones in. I'm like, wait, don't come back. You got to tell me what the Reddit is. He's like, and he's gone. Fuck.
Just in case you don't come back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I figured you were going to be in the vicinity of the tablet, so I was just like, yeah.
All right. Let's cue the music. You can always find us, hey, let's get on me. 8 p.m. right here, twitch.tv/Linux Gamecast, weekly, daily Wednesdays as LinWDW on YouTube. TM2 Crew, the best racing, the most fun that you can have with a car that you can stream without getting in trouble. We do that on Tuesdays and Fridays. A great group of people. Come watch, come participate. Information for that is available on linuxgamecast.com. Get in touch with me. I'm everywhere. I'm on all the social medias, just like a Vince Stone. I'm just the only one for now. For now.
Until they clone you. Yeah. You can't get rid of my saucy content on the internet. I'm Jordan, and you can see me cover myself in barbecue sauce on Blue Sky at Frojo at bsky.social or on Mastodon at Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com.
Choo, motherfuckers. How about some
How about some ads?
Yes, this is brought to you by you at home, ladies and gentlemen. There we go.
You can do it. Yeah.
Pour one out.
Cover Winkler in bees. Do it.
Man, I remember wondering how Ozzy was alive in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm amazed he made it that far. We got to thank our advisors right there, and our executive producers, Barbara M. Scott, Atomic, 1234, drummer at the Targos, and
Chicago
our little Nick fans.
Yeah. Glorious
Empty, and Basil.
Yeah. John, Dirty Dean, Engel, Dementor, System TRL, Rider X Machina. You always get the hard one. Vera Tenude, Truggy, Mike, and Kaijo Effort. Sea Monsters, Death Notes, like Redsky and Kim and Chad and
Martin, Sheeps. Renee, Leonardo, Kim, Jill, and Steve, and these other chairlings like Beckett and Tim and Lutris and Massavoni and Christopher and Darkwing.
Lynn Prof 999. And Zen.
And also Sir not
Zen
appearing
Nisha.
in this film.
This podcast is a work of fiction. It may not. What is the? Don't sue us.
Any
relation
resemblances
to real life
fictional,
events.
Real or fictional is entirely a coincidence. Yeah,
Right.
based on a true story.
That just goes to C-SPAN. All right.
Yeah.
Have fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your week. See ya. Remember, die to fire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah.
I wonder how
Ooh,
much
yeah.
those things are in new in box now. They got it. Well, I don't know if they were really collectible because, well, they might be because people straight up threw them in the bin.
5 dudes.